Hi, I'm David Levin, and welcome to Brand Builders TV. And today, my guest is Sherita Carthon, who is a celebrity brand precision expert who has helped more than 3,000 celebrities and artists and entrepreneurs and small business owners navigate their brand. She's won awards, and she's been featured on VH1 and Fox and ABC and MarketWatch and Ask.com, and most recently Live with Les Brown. That's very cool. Discussing her innovative project, the Celebrity Sales Method. Sherita, welcome to Brand Builders TV.
Having me, Dave. Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about your innovative program. What exactly is your Celebrity Sales Method?
So the celebrity sales method is an actual concrete process that allows people who are in three type of categories. One category is the person who just really wants to understand what it feels like to be an influencer and structure their business or their social media. Then there is another type of person who is actually has fame, right? That they went viral, they became an unexpected influencer,
Mm-hmm.
or they just caught the attention in some way, in some shape, in some form, of a lot of people who really want to pour into them and they didn't know how to handle it. Then the other type of client, I would say, is someone who has already been established but their brand isn't structured or there is brand confusion. And so our program allows people to understand not only the level of service that they're actually offering their client, but also how they are impacting the world and also how they're going to make money, right? Because a lot of people have amazing brands and a lot of follows on social media, but it doesn't translate to dollars. And so we allow them to understand how they can be effective and make money too.
So, okay, so you have several techniques for doing this, and the fact that you're working with celebrities or also people who are not celebrities. So anyone can use what you're doing, but what are some of the practices that you sort of put into place to make your brand work for their brand?
Yes, that's such a great question. So what we do is we break it down to three type of archetypes, right? We have one which is what we call the rabbitor. We have another which we call the bull, and the last one is what we call the hamster. So just take a quick second to break that down. The rabbitor is that person in the industry who's not necessarily popular, but this person is actually consistent, they're disciplined, they're focused, and they're clear about what it is that they want to do. The only thing they want is guidance. They are self taught and they're also teachable, right? So you don't have to hold their hand with everything, you just have to tell them what to do. On the other hand, we have another archetype, which is the bull. The bull is the diva, right? That is the person who is well known, super influencer, probably has gone viral many times, just very charismatic. But they are so into their head that in this pandemic economy that we're in, they don't understand how to shift. And so the bull right now is very confused and very depressed and very sad because though they may be extremely talented, they're too egotistical to understand is that it's actually no longer the age. This is, we call it the death of the diva decade. It's now the age of the rabbit tour. It's now the age of consistency, discipline, being clear and focused. Our last character or archetype is the hamster. The hamster is that person who's brand new to influence and they are running the wheels, right? The hamsters run the hamster wheel and sometimes they're a little unfocused, a little unclear. They don't have any market establishment and they're trying to find their way. And so with all of those three characters, we actually deal with them on a specific basis so that each one of them, no matter what the level is, that we can help them achieve their goals.
I love the archetypes. It's easy to remember. Good branding, really good branding. Just creating those archetypes.
Yes.
Now, when you have all those three, and you're in the midst of a pandemic, is it possible for people to earn an income even if they're not famous or popular?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that question, David, because a lot of people look at celebrities as people who have achieved and accomplished things that they never could. And so, what I help people to understand is if you have reached out to someone and use either a product or service to change their life and in your life, you're an influencer, right? You are a celebrity. And so, in this pandemic, I think that people steer toward the idea of lack or depression or not having. And what I allow my clients to understand is that this world is abundant. We have so much in it. I think the thing is, once clients get clear about who they are, what they want, how much money they want to make, and how many people they want to impact, I think that the pressure of or the ideas about not having or being in a depression it goes away because you're now introduced to a new idea that you can make money and you can have a happy life even in the midst of major change.
Give me a specific instance. If you could talk about a client or someone you've worked with or something you've done where you've helped them make that change.
Yes. So one of the clients that I've actually had the opportunity to work with is her name is Christina Johnson. And wildly enough, she is actually the former wife of international recording artist CeeLo Green. And I she didn't know me. I didn't know her, but I saw that there were things about her profile and her personality that I could help with. And one day I decided that I would go ahead and I would take a picture of her and just transform it for fun, just for no reason. So when I did that, I actually took it back to my lab and recreated it and just sent it off to an email to her and said, I love who you are. I love what you're creating and what you're doing. And I would like to enhance and add to what you are already doing. What I didn't know, Dave, is that she was planning a full out women's conference that she needed branding and marketing for. And she asked if she could use it, if she could really take that brand and the image and the logo and put it on her merchandise. Now,
Wow.
little did I know, I thought it was going to be on a t-shirt and a bag. Now, not only was it on a t-shirt in a bag, but it was on her cake and on her banner and on her book. And I
Wow.
mean, just on cookies. She put it on cookies. She put it on cookies. And I just thought that was so creative. But she when we talked about it again and she sent me all the materials that she put the logo on, she said I never imagined myself in that way. And so the celebrity sales method is also a way for people to see who they really are, because I think sometimes when we get in our heads about what we do and who we are, we're so biased that we forget the customer. And so when Christina was able to honestly see herself in a different light and actually translate that brand to her audience, it was transformational. And we are connected to this day.
That is, I'm glad I asked that story. Is there anything else we've missed in terms of anything, any points that you would like to get across before we wrap up?
Yes, I would just like people to know that you don't know the time that is going to be your time. I think I read an article where it said 2.5 million people in a given year will become an influencer or will come into luck, maybe win the lottery or go viral. And you need to be prepared for that. Even if you don't think it's going to be you, it just might be you. And you want to be prepared.
That's good advice from Sharita. Sharita, how can people get in touch with you? What's your website if they want to use your services or even just have a quick consultation?
Yes, so I can be reached at Carthon Consulting Group.com. That's CarthonConsulting Consulting Group with 1G.com. And on social media, Sherita Carthon.
Seems very simple. Sherita Carthon, thank you for joining us for Brand Builders today. I think that people will be really helped by what they learned from you, and I look forward to talking to you again in the future.
Thank you so much for having me, David. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. And we will see you next time on Brand Builders TV.